Alright guys, hope you're all doing well. So I just want to quickly share something which I've been doing inside GoHighLevel for my client, and that is segregating the organic leads and the paid ad leads in this GoHighLevel pipeline. And I've achieved this by using a UTM string, or two separate UTM strings. Okay, so before we didn't have these two columns. We didn't have the new application paid ads and the new application organic column. So these are leads which have come from her Instagram DMs, and these are leads which have come from paid ads. Now, prior to this, we only had new applications. So all the leads would come into this one column, and then whenever a new lead came in, they'd automatically get a WhatsApp message, and then when they replied, they'd be pulled into this replied column, and then anyone who closes gets pulled into this column. Okay, so quickly, how did I add these two columns? Well, I just came across into pipelines. You want to edit the pipeline and then add stage, and I just added these two new stages. So that's how you add a new stage to the pipeline. So how are we actually collecting these leads? Well, we have this landing page where the leads fill out a survey. So we have one page which all the leads are coming into, and they're coming to this same page from organic and the same page through Instagram. So how did we actually separate the organic leads and the paid ad leads in this pipeline? We've done this by using what's called a UTM string. As you can see, we have this string, UTM source, Facebook, UTM medium, paid, and UTM campaign, VSL. Okay, so this is the string we're going to be using to organize the paid ad leads. And then for the organic leads, we have a different UTM which goes at the end of the same landing page URL, which is UTM source Instagram, UTM medium organic, UTM campaign bio. Okay, so how do we actually organize these within the pipeline, and how do we add this UTM string? For example, on the leads which get closed in the DMs or that are in her Instagram bio link, they have to come through this link in order for it to be tracked as an Instagram organic lead. Okay, so we just put this UTM string at the end of our VSL landing page link. That's the first step. So for the meta ads, we want to include this UTM string in the campaign. So this is done in a slightly different way. It's not added directly to the end of this in the URL. We actually come into the campaign and it's added at the ad level. So it's added. We have our regular first part of the URL, the original URL here, and then we add the UTM string to the URL parameters. Okay. All right. So what happens next? How do we actually tell GoHighLevel to organize these leads? So first up, we need to create a custom field. So we come into custom fields and we want to make sure we create 3 custom fields. Okay. So let's just organize these. So this is in the contact. We have UTM. So we add these 3 custom fields, all right? UTM source, field name, and this is the unique key. So you create this by coming up to add field, single line, and then you enter your details here. So it should look like this. Name, UTM source, and then additional preferences, we just leave that as it is. And you can put this, I'd recommend you just add this to the contact group and then hit save. So you want to create 3 custom fields, 1 for UTM source, 1 for UTM medium, and 1 for UTM campaign. Okay. So once you've done this, you then come into your form or your survey. In this instance, I've added a survey. Let's come across the builder. Here is our survey, which is on the landing page. Okay. Now on the first page of the survey, we come across to add object fields, and then we add our 3 custom fields. Okay. Now you want to make sure they're hidden. So come across to settings, make sure hidden. Okay. Now this key should be added automatically. This will be pulled across automatically from the custom fields. You don't have to change anything here. Just make sure that it is hidden. You add your 3 custom fields, and this ensures that when someone lands on the page with the UTM string and these are on the survey, they submit the survey, the correct UTM source, medium, and campaign gets pulled through, and then hit save. All right, so that's the next step. So now everything is set up for GoHighLevel to understand. Okay, so the third and final stage is to actually set up an automation so the leads get pulled into the correct pipeline. So we've created the pipeline, we've added our UTM, our different UTM strings for the organic leads and the paid leads. We've created the custom fields. We've added this to the survey or the form, whichever one you're using. In this instance, I'm using a survey. So then we want to create our automation, which actually tells it what to do. So then we have our new application workflow. So this is anyone who has submitted the survey. This is the trigger. So this is anyone who submits it, period, from the organic traffic or through the paid traffic. Okay. So whenever someone submits the survey, they get tagged with coaching survey submitted, and then they get added to the pipeline stage 1. So this is the original pipeline stage they're coming into. I want to keep them coming into that as well, so we can keep a track on the total lead volume. So they get added to new application pipeline stage. Then this is the important part. We have the routing. So you want to set up a if else. So you do this by coming to plus and then you select if else. And I've named this UTM routing pipeline stage. So the first one, the first branch is for the paid ad UTM. Okay. So you want to select paid ads and then you want the UTM medium as the custom field. And that is going to be paid, because if we come over to our UTM, we have UTM medium equals paid. Okay, so when the UTM medium equals paid, they will go down this pipeline. Okay, and the opportunity will get updated. You're going to create an update opportunity, and if they exist in the inquiries pipeline, they then want to get moved to the pipeline stage, new application, paid ads. Okay. And then the rest of the workflow is the same. You know, if they're qualified, they will get a WhatsApp. Okay. So then we have the organic flow. So we have the UTM medium is organic. Okay. UTM medium organic. They will then flow into the update opportunity, new application, organic, and then the same workflow will continue. What happens if none of the conditions are met? Well, nothing happens. They still get the same WhatsApp message if they're qualified, but they will remain in the original pipeline stage 1. Okay. Now, we don't have to have this stage. I could have left this blank, but like when none of the conditions are met, let's say something goes wrong, something glitches in high level and the UTM string doesn't get pulled through. Well, I still want to make sure they do get the WhatsApp if they're qualified. So when none of the conditions are met, whenever they don't have the UTM medium paid or organic, well, they just stay in the same pipeline stage, new application. They just stay there. But really, they should get pulled into one of these. Okay, so that is how I have set up the workflow. So this is something that my client requested in order to keep her applications organized and really keep a track of the data and where the leads are coming from, so we can measure the actual true results. Okay, because if everything is in the same new application, we don't really know what leads are coming from the ads or what are coming from organic. So hopefully this helps. Thanks for watching.